Yes, we'll start Padarthabvignana. It's one of the important subject in first year BMS and one of the most hated subject in first year BMS also. So we from science background, physics, chemistry and biology, suddenly some philosophy came in Ayurveda. It's bit difficult to understand in first year BMS with these darshanas, Navakarana Dravyas, Panchamahabhutas, entirely a new topic came in first year BMS. So we thought we enter into an art school. It may be history or something else. So bit difficult in first year BMS. And the way our teachers thought also it's different. There is no bridging between second PU and Padartha Vignana. There is no bridging between chemistry and Padartha Vignana. So it makes us to getting bored when Padartha Vignana class comes. Okay. For AAPGT, it is a very, very simple subject. They may ask from 5 to 6 questions out of 120 questions. We can expect around some 20 marks to 30 marks in Padartha Vignana. So nowadays, Ayurveda Ityasa is included in Padartha Vignana. Some parts of syllabus of Ayurveda Ityasa included in Padartha Vignana and as well as in uh, Ashtanga Hridaya. Okay, so the entire subject of Ayurveda Ityasa is removed and kept in Padartha Vignana and Ashtanga Hridaya. Okay, so just make some 20 pages of notes. Padartha Vignana will complete. Very simple and smart way to prepare notes in Padartha Vignana. So that will covers your maximum marks in first year BMS. Okay. So for AAPGT, Padartha Vignana is a very, very easy subject. So try to understand. If it is not possible, just memorize. Okay. So I will explain minimum things in Padartha Vignana so that you can understand very easily. Okay. So total question expected in Padartha Vignana is around 6 to 10. So we can expect 20 to 50 marks or else at least minimum 24 marks we can expect with 6 questions. So up to 10 questions we can expect up to 40 marks. Okay. So in Padartha Vignana, what are the frequently asking question area and the syllabus, frequently asking question syllabus. So I will tell you three areas. Definitely question will come. Okay. So in Padartha Vignana, we have two papers, Padartha Vignana 1 and Padartha Vignana 2. Padartha Vignana 1 is a very, very easy thing to understand, analyze, and most of the FAQs will fall. Okay. So definitely we'll get 2 to 3 questions from Padartha Vignana 1 and 1 or 2 questions from Padartha Vignana 2. Most difficult question may ask you is they will give you some examples and they will ask you about which Santrakti is this, which Tachilya is this, what is the Vakya dosha present in the given shloka. Okay, so that is bit difficult. So if you learn all Tantraktis of Charaka and Bhattara Chandra and remembering all those things, it's bit difficult, but still you can go through the name of Tantraktis. So understand minimum Tantraktis out of it. Okay, and we can answer, right? So otherwise, whole Padartha Vignana is very simple and we can easily answer. It's a good eligible subject for MCQs, multiple choice questions. So we have some fixed areas. They may ask the questions and you will get an easy answers also. Okay. So in the beginning classes, I told you how to make MCQ notes. The first thing is Sangna. Sangna means uh, definitions. So whatever definitions will come in anywhere in Samhita, that is our multiple choice question. That is Sangha. The next thing is Sankhya. Wherever you will get numbers, anywhere in Samhita, anywhere in subjects, that will be our multiple choice question. So third one is Upama. Sankhya, Sangna, Upama. Upama pa. We have Upama is one of the Pramana kind of Sushruta in Padartha Vijnana. And as well as we are getting lot of similes, comparisons, examples, many areas in Padartha Vijnana that you need to memorize. So and then Tulnatmaka Adhyaya. So any comparative study between one darshana to another darshana, any difference of opinion of one darshana to another darshana. So all these different of opinions are similar things. So comparative things we need to learn. So this background we can start with the Vijnana. Most important topics of Padartha Vijnana is listed here. And this is about the syllabus of Padartha Vijnana. No need to worry. So a lot of syllabus is there in Padartha Vijnana. So syllabus points are only this much. So first thing is darshanas, and second one is shed padarthas, and nava karanandravya, pancha mahabhuta. Finish part one. So in part two, pramanas. So all four and other classification of pramanas, pratyaksha, anumana, aptubhik, yukti, upamana, etc. From one pramana to they are listed around 16 pramanas according to different acharyas. This classification, just go through it, and then just numbering about Tantra Yukti, Tachilya, Arthashraya, Kalpana, Tantra Dosha, Vakya Dosha, Vada Marga, all those things. At least just you remember the number, how many Tantra Yuktis are according to Charaka, how many Tantra Yuktis are according to Sushrata, how many Tantra Yuktis are according to Bhattacharya. So the difference of opinion of Charaka and Sushrata, Bhattara Chandra's difference opinion. So what is Tachilya? What is Arthashraya? How many Kalpanas are there? What do you mean by Tantra dosha? What do you mean by Vakya dosha? How many Vakya doshas are there? Only numbering is enough in part two. Most of the things, just remember the numberings. So that will give you much insights, and that will give you many marks in Padartha Vijnana. So in part one, we have darshanas, we have shed padarthas, navakarana syllabus. Only three syllabus points will make you 100 marks syllabus. Okay. So in AAPGT also it may give you around 20 marks. So alone Dravya will give you minimum 48 marks. We can expect 2 to 3 questions only from Dravya, only from Guda. Okay. So all Padartha Vijnana is Padarthas, shed Padarthas. So my question is, what is Padartha? So we learned in first year BMS Padartha. So what is Padartha? So we stuck up in understanding the word Padartha. Why they call it as Padartha Vignana? So here Vignana is science. So then what is Padartha? So in Dallanatika we have Padyate Gamyate Yenartha Sa Padartha. So that is one definition. That is not a definition. It's a nirukti. Padyate Gamyate Yenartha Sa Padartha Sa. So the second one is Padartha Lakshana. We'll understand Padartha Vijnana by learning the Padartha Lakshana. That is Astitvam, Abhideyatvam, and Gneyatvam. So, what do you mean by Astitva? What does it mean by Abhideyatva? What does it mean by Gneyatva? Just think about Shed Padarthas. So, what are Shed Padarthas according to Charaka? Can somebody tell Shed Padarthas according to Charaka? So, how many Padarthas are there? We know Shed Padarthas. So Charaka version is also same, Sushruta version is also same, Vagbata version is also same. But thing is in Charaka they followed a pattern. Samanyam cha guna, Samanyam cha vishesham cha gunan dravyani karma cha samavayam cha yaccha. So that is the pattern of describing shed padarthas. First you will start with Samanya, then Vishesha. Okay, Samanyam cha vishesham cha guna dravya karma. Finally, samavaya. So, what is the style of Padartha Vijnana? So, in Padartha Vijnana or Vaisheshika Darshana, Shed Padarthas will start from Dravya, Guna, Karma, Samanya, Vishesha, Samvaya. But in Charaka Samhita, it start with Samanyam to Vishesham to Guna, Dravyani, Karmacha. Okay. So here we have Shed Padarthas. Understanding of Padartha Vignana by Astitvam, Abhidayatvam, Gnayatvam through Shed Padartha. So imagine, so what is Astitva, what is the Abhidayatva, and what is Gnayatva? Astitva means existence. Something is existed in the universe, it is Astitva. Abhidayatva, the existed thing must have some name. So it may be named by us or named by our ancestors. Definitely it has some name. It has some name. And Gnayatva, we will understand something from that, or else we can perceive the object, we will get knowledge from that object. Or else we come to know it is useful in some work. That is Gnayat. Gnana. We will get Gnana from that object or a subject, whatever it may be. So Astitva means existence, Abhidayatva means nomenclature, Gnayatva means knowledge. We will get Gnana from that. Yeah, at least we should know the purpose of that, function of that. Purpose, function, knowledge, everything we can call it as same. So here Padartha means it has an Astitva, it has an Abhidayatva, it has an Gnayatva. It is called as Padartha. So according to this, entire universe is a Padartha. Human being is also Padartha, pen is also Padartha, both Chetana and Achetana Dravyas, everything in the universe will have uh, all these three gunas, Astitva, Abhidayatva and Gnayatva. All subjects and objects in the universe is a Padartha. Okay, so that is the way our acharyas convey us about Padartha. Everything in the universe is a Padartha. So just imagine pen. So pen is a Padartha. It has astitva, existence is there. So it has a particular shape is there. We can able to see the pen. So that is astitva. Abhidayata, what is the name? We have given the name is pen. So pen is pen everywhere. So no difference of opinion in the vernacular languages. They may call it as different way, but it has name. Okay. So and Gnayata, why? What is the purpose of pen? Writing. Or by writing we will understand the things. So that is Gnayata. So like that, pen is a padartha. Like that, everything in the universe is a padartha. So here, why Padartha Vignana kept in first year is we should understand the medicine, we should understand Dravya, we should understand disease and their connections through Padartha. Okay. So Dravya Guna Karma. Yatrashritaha Karma Gunaha Samvai Yatta Dravya. Here Dravya is important. Dravya is, you can call it as a drug also. Dravya is anything, just like a Padartha. So Padartha in the broad sense, it's everything in the universe is Padartha. Here Dravya is also in a broad sense. Padartha and Dravya, we don't have much difference between Padartha and Dravya. Here it is they started with the fundamental principles like Padartha, but Dravya is the object. We can take it as an object. So every Dravya will has its guna and karma. Okay. So every Dravya, how we will understand Dravya, it has guna and karma. Anything in the universe, definitely it has guna. Okay. So without guna and karma, nothing is there in the universe. For example, the guna of pen is writing. The karma is writing. So guna, it may be hard or soft or like that. Guna is there in the pen. So guna and karma will join to the dravya with samavaya tattva. Okay. So yatrashritaha karma gunaha samavai yatta dravya. Guna and karma is there in the dravya with samavai karana. And every dravya will have its samanya guna and every dravya will have its vishesha guna. Okay. Every dravya will have some samanya gunas, simple gunas. So every dravya will have some vishesha gunas, just like a human being. So we'll have some samanya gunas and we have some special gunas. Okay. So somebody will have a riding capacity, somebody will have a artistic capacities. That is Vishesha Gunas. So Samanya Gunas, every human being will walk, every human being will learn, every human will talk. That is Samanya Guna. So the whole universe is a Dravya. So Dravya will have its Samanya Guna, Dravya will have its Vishesha Guna. Every Dravya will has Guna and Karma with Samvaya Karana, inseparable combination. We cannot divide Guna and Karma from Dravya. So Dravya means it has Guna and Karma. Without Guna and Karma, there will be no existence of anything in the world. That is Dravya. It has Samanya Guna, it has Vishesha Guna. Okay. So we'll come to the drug. We can take Guduchi as an example. So Amrita Balli as an example for Dravya. So it has its own guna. So what is the guna of Gudochi? So it has Snigdha guna is there, and Pitta Shamana function. Karma of Gudochi is Pitta Shamana. Antiviral, antimicrobial activities is Vishesha guna. Okay, so Pitta Shamana guna of Gudochi is Samanya guna. So where Gudochi we can use in case of Jwara, in case of microbial infections, that is Vishesha guna. And all the alkaloids present in the drug Guduchi with an inseparable combinations. All the gunas of Guduchi is present with guna and karma with inseparable combination. We cannot take it out. The guna and karma of Guduchi. If Guduchi is there, definitely it has some gunas and it has some particular karma. Amrit world. Okay. So Padarthas is a very simple thing to understand. Okay. So first is Dravya. Dravya will have its guna and karma. Guna and karma present in Dravya with inseparable combination, that is Samvaya. Samvaya means inseparable combination. Okay. Once cloth is made, the in the cloth we have threads. Threads with the inseparable combination that is making the cloth. So that is a common example given in Padarthabvignana. So if you take a Dravya, you can take Estimadu or you can take so Gudochi. So in that Dravya, definitely it has gunas and it has karmas. So guna karma definitely present in every Dravya. You can go to anything, anywhere in the world, every Dravya has guna and karmas with inseparable combination. And every Dravya will has its own Samanya guna and it has own Vishesha guna. So that is about Padartha Vijnana. Finished. First half of Padartha Vijnana is only Shet Padarthas. Okay, so Dravya, Guna, Karma, Samanya, Vishesha, and Samvaya. So in the classification we have Bhava Padartha and Abhava Padartha. Bhava is which is existed, Abhava is which is not existed. So Acharya Charaka didn't accept Abhava Padartha. So if there is no Bhava Padartha, then it is Abhava. That is the thing. So we will accept only the Bhava Padarthas. Okay. So that is about Padarthas. This is an introduction. We'll go in detail in further classes about what is Dravya and different classifications of Dravya, what is Guna, types of Gunas. And in Guna, we can expect one or two questions, and very important for in Dravya Guna also. So Dravya Guna, we have a very wide questions will be asked, around some 10 questions may ask from Dravya Guna. So there Guna is also one of the important topic in Dravya Guna part 1. Okay. So what is Guna? Guna Lakshana. So Guna is Nirguna, Nishkriya, Vishwa Lakshana. Samvaitu Nischesta Karanam Gunaha. So Guna is Nirguna, Nishkriya, Vishwa Lakshana, and Dravya Ashraya. Guna is present in Dravya. It is Nirguna. Guna doesn't need any other guna to explain its guna. That's why it's called as Nirguna. Guna is Nirguna. Nishkriya. So without Dravya, Guna is Nishkriya. So by adding karma, the Guna will be active. And Vishwa Lakshana. So Guna is same everywhere. Shita is Shita everywhere. Ushna is Ushna everywhere. Snigdha is Snigdha everywhere. Shita of America will not become Ushna in India. Ushna of India is same in everywhere. So hot, cold, smooth, everything is same. Everywhere it is same. So that's why it's called as Vishwa Lakshana. It's similar everywhere. Guna is Nirguna, Nishkriya, Vishwa Lakshana, Dravyashraya. So all these things we should remember. The direct question they will ask, Guna is dash. So Guna is Nirguna, Nishkriya, Vishwa Lakshana, all the above. So you just select all the above. That is Guna is Dravyashraya. So Samavayita Nishcheshta Karanam Gunaha. It is present in the Dravya with the Samavaya Karana without Cheshta. Okay. So Guna will not make Cheshta, but the effect will come as a treatment. Okay. So just remember the importance of Guna in Chikitsa. Dosha, Vyadi, Panchamabhuta, Lakshanas, everything will meet at a point Guna. Okay, so dosha will have its own gunas, Vyadi will have its own gunas, and Panchamabhuta will have its own gunas, and all these will meet at a point, and Dravya will have its own gunas. So the Vata dosha is Ruksha. The treatment is we are using Snigdha Pradhana Aushadas. For Abhyanga, we are using a Taila, it is Snigdha. When Ruksha persons comes, we are using Snigdha Aushada. So that is a treatment. Okay, so the utilization of guna in clinical aspect is for doing treatment. This guna and dravya will meet at a point. Sorry, vyadi, dosha, and dravya will meet at a point guna. By the combination of gunas, we can select the dravya that will going to subside the disease. That is the application of guna. Why where guna is useful. So can you tell me the vata guna? तत्र वृक्षो लघुशीतः करः सूक्ष्मश्च लघु अनिलः तत्र वृक्षो लघुशीत वृक्षा लघु and shita first three gunas are treatable gunas, so practical gunas that will going to help in subsiding the disease. So opposite of these three guna, tatra laghu shita ruksha, tatra ruksho laghu shita. Ruksha Lagu Shita, you can select opposite guna to Ruksha Lagu and Shita. That becomes the treatment in Vata. We should select Snigdha Dravyas instead for Ruksha guna. For Shita, we are using Ushna guna. Okay. Lagu, we are using Guru. So, what is the main treatment in Vata? The drug must be Guru, Snigdha, and Ushna. Okay. So, that will go into subside Vata without fail. Okay. So whatever the drugs you can select for Vata, so it must be Snigdha, Guru, Ushta. Okay, so that will help you in subsiding Vata. Okay, so for Asti, we are using Tiktarasa Pradhana Gunas, Guru Guna, Tiktarasa Guru Pradhana Gunas. So for example, Ashwagandha. So Ashwagandha guna is Tikta, second guna is second rasa is Madura, first rasa is Tikta rasa, second rasa is Madura, and it has a Guru guna. Ashwagandha is very dominant with Guru. Okay, so and then it is Ushna Virya. So it is a very wonderful drug for Vata. Okay, so while consuming Ashwagandha, body weight will increases, bone mineral density will increases. So Vata will subside in the body. So we can achieve Vatara properties by using Ashwagandha. So this is a simple opposite. Gunas can be utilized in treatment protocols to treat disease. This is the application of gunas. So we are not simply studying gunas, we are applying these gunas, Padarthabvignana, in Kaya Chikitsa. So utilizing Roga Nidana, Vaishya Kalpana, Rashastra, and Padarthabvignana, Dravya Guna in Kaya Chikitsa. So that's all. Same thing we are using Panchakarmas also, same thing we are using Shalya Shalak everywhere. It is a Guna. Okay. So guna classification you should go through. So Sartha guna, it is Vaisheshika guna. Sartha gunas are Vishesha gunas are Guruvadi guna. Sartha gunas, Vishesha gunas or Vaisheshika gunas are only five in number. Atma gunas are six in number. Can you tell me the Atma gunas? Total number of Guruvadi gunas are 20. Total number of gunas are 41. Guruvadi gunas are 20. Vishesha gunas or Artha gunas are five in number. Atma gunas are six in number. Guruvadi gunas are also called as Panchamahabhuta guna and Samanya guna. So there are 20 in number. Paradi gunas are 10 in number. So Paradi gunas are utilized in the application. Para Paratvyaktischa Sankhya Samyoga Evacha Prutakascha Vibhagascha Parinamita Chapi Samskara Abhyasa Gunaha Paradaya. There are 10 gunas, 10 Paradi gunas. Can you tell me the Atma gunas? Six Atma gunas.
इच्छा द्वेष सुख
Hmm,
दुःख
hmm,
प्रा- प्रयत्न चेत
hmm. Others. Sukha, Dukkha, Icha, Dvesha, Prayatna, and Buddhi. Buddhi and Prayatna. Sukha, Dukkha, Icha, Dvesha, Buddhi, and Prayatna. These are all six Atma Gunas. Okay. Atma Gunas, also called in Charakas Adhyatma Gunas. So I can tell you, these are all genetical contribution from father to mother will transfer. Atma Gunas. Okay. Or else from mother to father. So mother to child. This Atma Gunas are genetical gunas many a times. So that will transfer. And we'll commonly observe in the persons the same features of father and mother will establish. So genetical gunas, genetics we can also consider as Atma Gunas. The features of a child is just like that of a father and mother. What they will enjoy, how they will behave. Many behavioral characters are many body features, the facial features uh, will transfer from father to mother. So we can also consider it as a genetical thing, that is Atma Guna. Here Atma is a separate entity. There is no death for Atma. So it will travel from one Sharira to another Sharira. And can anybody tell me the definition of Atma in Charaka Samhita, Charaka Sutrasthana, first chapter? So Padarthabvignana syllabus is many areas, it's present in many areas of Samhita. It's a scattered syllabus. It's not a fixed one sthana we can use present with Padarthabvignana. It's not like that. So many areas the Padarthabvignana is present. In Charaka Sutra, first chapter Padarthabvignana is there. In Charaka Vimana Sthana, first chapter, last chapter Padarthabvignana explanation is there. Padarthabvignana part 2 his entire syllabus is taken from Charaka Vimanasthana 7th chapter. Okay. And Tantra Yuktis. So Charaka Siddhisthana. We have Tantra Yukti numbers and explanation in Charaka. Okay. So like that, it's very easy subject. Padartha Vijnana is very easy subject. Okay. So part 1 and part 2 both are very easy for APGT. So we'll get minimum MCQs with this. Okay. And syllabus will come to the syllabus points also. In part one, we have darshanas. Darshanas means uh, some philosophical authors, they have a wonderful connection with Ayurveda. They explain Ayurveda with their philosophy. Okay. So many of their philosophical points is also taken by our Ayurveda acharyas. So, and it is utilized in our samhitas. Okay. So, Darshanikas, they explain what they saw in the society, which is good and which is bad, how to live in the society, And about the descriptions, they are given some insights in Ayurveda, Ayurveda Pramanas, Ayurveda Gunas, Shet Padarthas. Okay. And yoga will also consider as a darshana. So darshana classification is basically two types. So what is the classification of darshana? Astika darshana, Nastika darshana. Primary classification is Astika, Nastika, and third one is Astika and Nastika, both. Some darshanas having only Astika, some darshanas having only Nastika, some darshanas will have both Astika and as well as Nastika. So, which are Astika darshanas? Astika darshanas are many. So, which is Nastika darshana? Only one Nastika darshana is there. Which is the Nastika darshana? Only one Nastika darshana is there. Charvaka darshana. Yes. So Charvaka Darshana is only one Nastika Darshana. So then both Astika and Nastika Darshana, both Astika and Nastika Darshana. Jaina and Bodha Darshana is both Astika and as well as Nastika Darshana. Bodha Darshana and as well as Jaina Darshana. So here the thing is Astika and Nastika. Here Astika means they believe in Ishvara. So they consider Ishvara is the founder of entire universe, and they believe in idol worship, Murti Puja. So we are believing some Siddhanta, Karma Siddhanta. It's called as Astika Darshana. Nastika Darshana, they won't believe anything. They won't believe in God. So they won't believe existence of universe from the God. It is Nastika Darshana. Okay. So third one is uh, Astika and Nastika Darshana, that is Jaina and Buddha. They believe in Karma Siddhanta. They believe in God, but they are not believe in Ishvara. Okay. So they have their own Tirthankaras in Jaina. So Buddhic preachers from Bodha Darshana. So they're influenced from their own traditional things. So it is Astika and Nastika Darshana. It is Bodha Darshana. They believe in idol worship. So Murti Puja they are doing, but they are not believe with Ishvara Siddhanta. So that is Astika and Nastika Darshan, that is Bauddha and Jaina. Example. Uh, Padarthabvignana just make only important syllabus points. At least some 20 to 30 pages notes is more than enough in Padarthabvignana. Whatever notes we are given is only that much. So it will finish very fast. Okay. The printed notes is around slides is around some 50 pages, but it covers entire thing. Entire Padarthabhignana it covers. It's very simple language. No coded language is written in Padarthabhignana. We're explored in detail. So just go through the syllabus points. You will learn very fast. Okay. In Padarthabhignana part one is very simple. Most important is Darshana. Second one is Shed Padarthas. Third one is Navakarana Dravyas. In Shed Padarthas only whole syllabus is residing. So especially Guna, Dravya, Karma. Okay. Samanya Vishesha Samvaya is only half page notes. So Guna and Dravya you should explore in detail. Guna you should explore in very very detail. One question they may ask like Gunad Karma ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. So especially यस्य स्तंभना शक्तिः dash. यस्य स्वेदना शक्तिः dash. So what is stambhane? This is explanation in Ashtanga Sangraha and Ashtanga Hridaya commentary. स्तंभना शक्तिः शीतः, स्वेदना शक्ति उष्णा. Ushna is Svedana, Stambhana is Shitah. Okay, like that, all 20 Guruvadi Gunas will have its own character. Okay, so that is a important character for clinics, clinical understanding of Guna. We need these characters. Without these characters, so we cannot analyze Gunas, we cannot utilize these Gunas in our clinical practice. So this is 20 Guruvadi Gunas with their clinical application. through their function. Okay. So all 20 Guruvadi Gunas has particular uh, karma. So let's go through why Stambhana is Shita. So just think, if you apply cold, okay, cold things. So if any hurt is happen, if bleeding is happening, so nasal bleed. Common thing will have is a nasal bleeding. So what we will do when the nasal bleeding is happens? What we will do when somewhere bleeding is happens? We will keep ice over there to stop further bleeding, further increase of swelling. We will put ice. So that will do the stambana. So stambana shakti is sheath. Yes, yes, stambana shakti is sheath. So this is the understanding and clinical application of sheath. So in cold climate, blood circulation is a little bit reduced. That is stambana. Ushna is sweda. Wherever you go with the hot climate, so you will get swedana. Okay. So how to get sweda? So exposed to Ushna, you will get sweda. How we will generate uh, steam chamber? Svedana yantradalli, how we will plan? We will produce steam from the steam generator or from the cooker. So that increase the temperature inside the chamber, that makes us to sweat. That is Ushna. So like that, all gunas you should go through. Sandra is prasadana. Prasadana shakti is Sandra. Okay. Shlatana is Mrudu. Dharana is Tira. Vivarana is Sukshma. Shalana is Vishada. This question was yes, yeah, Shalana Shakti dash Vishada. Okay. So what do you apply in case of Shodhana? Okay. So what type of drugs you will use in case of Shodhana in Panchakarma, Omana, Virechana, so Nasya, Basti. So what type of drugs we are using? Tikshna. The main the function of Tikshna is Shodhana. Yasya Shodhana Shakti sa Tikshna. So we are just giving one Icha Vidyarasa that will induce us minimum 20 to 30 types of loose motion because it is Tikshna Goda. Trivruti is Tikshna. So without Tikshna, we cannot expect Shodhana. Shodhane Tikshna. Langanam Lagu. Okay, Yasya Langana Shakti sa Lagu. Shoshana Shakti is a Rukshaha. Ruksha will do the Shoshana. Lekana Shakti is Kara. Okay, so Karastu Lekana. Lepana is Pichila. So if Mamsa is having Lekana Guna, so that is Pichila in action. Okay, so just go through this Guru Adiguna. Okay, so what is Brahmana? Brahmana is Guru. All Guru Adiguna. Guru Manda, Imasnigda, Shlaknasanda Mudusiraha. So, and opposite of these gunas also should go through. So, Guru is Brahmana, Manda is Shamana, Ima is Stambana, Ima is Shita is Stambana, Ushna is Svedana. So, can go through all these Guruvadi gunas, all 20 Guruvadi gunas. It's definitely asking question. Okay, not only Guruvadi gunas, all 41 gunas you should go through, and every guna will have its definition. So, and a particular action, they are given a particular action. For example, in Paradiguna Sankhya, what is Sankhya? So, Sankhya, the definition given in Charaka Samhita Vimanasthana is Sankhyastu Ganita Shastra Prayojanaha. So, they are given Sankhya is used in Ganita Shastra, and we are utilizing Sankhya with the calculations. Okay. So, that is a definition given in Charaka Samhita. Like that, every definition we should go through. So, para is parastu shreshtaha. What is para? Para, para, yuktischa, sankhya, samyagavacha. That is paradigonas. What is para? Para means shreshta. So, superior one. Okay. Simply, we are para will come in many shlokas. In Ityasa, in entire Samhita, will come across para. Para means shreshta. So most important, superior. So like that thing, uh, we should understand. Guna is actually a simple thing to understand Samhita in detail, understand Dravyas in detail. So understand Karmukata of Dravya in detail. We read Guna. Okay, one is good with Guna is definitely good with their clinical practice. Ultimately, Padartha Vignana we should utilize in clinical practice. We should understand Ayurveda through Padartha Vignana. So we're understanding entire universe through Padartha Vignana because entire universe is a Padartha. So every object in the universe will has its guna and karma. So that should be in the inseparable formulation. Every object in the universe will have its samanya guna and also has its vishesha guna. Finished. That is Shat Padarthas. So darshanas, it's a philosophy. So and there is a samyata between Ayurveda and darshanas. Only these darshanas is considered in Ayurveda. Okay, how many darshanas are there? Total number of darshanas, classification of darshana. ದರ್ಶನದೇನಾದ್ರು ಶ್ಲೋಕ ನೆನಪಿದೆಯಾ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾರಿಗಾದ್ರು?
Darshana 3 only.
3 ಇಲ್ಲ, ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದೆ. ಯಾವ್ದಾವ್ದಿದೆ ದರ್ಶನ?
Total 9.
9. ಎಸ್. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಆಸ್ತಿಕ
Astika 6, Nastika 1, Astika Nastika 2.
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ದರ್ಶನ ಆ ಥರದೊಂದು ಶ್ಲೋಕ ಇದೆ. ಕಪಿಲಸ್ಯ ಕಣದಸ್ಯ ಗೌತಮಸ್ಯ ಪತಾಂಜಲಿ ವ್ಯಾಸಶ್ಚ ಜೈಮಿನಶ್ಚಾಪಿ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರವಹಿ ಷಡಾವಹಿ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ದೇ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಷಡ್ ದರ್ಶನವಾದ. They will call it as Shad Darshanavada. 6 darshanas are important. 6 Astika darshanas are important. It is written by these 6 munis. Yadu Kapilasya Kanadasya, Gautamasya Patanjalihi, Vyasascha Jaiminaschapi, Shastravahi Shadavahi. First year BMS Shloka. Then Pyth. Okay. So this is about darshanas and Padarthas. Navakarana. Navakarana Dravya is nothing but Panchamahabhuta. So, what are Navakarana Dravyas? Panchamahabhuta. Tell me Navakarana Dravyas. Panchamahabhuta, Atma, Mana, Kala, and Dik. Totally 9. So, 5 Panchamahabhutas, Atma, Manas, Kala, and Dik. So, here Manas and Atma again will come in Yadu? Sharira Kriya. Okay. Same syllabus. So again, what is manas, what is mano, gunas. So entire thing we will learn in Sharira Kriya. And again, Atma will also learn in Sharira Kriya. Atma will come in everywhere. So in Charaka Samhita it's come, it's in Sushruta will come, in Ashtanga Sangara will come. Everywhere, Atma definitions, Atma explanation, everything is there. In Ayurveda, almost Padartha Vignana Kriya Rachana syllabus will share in many subjects. Okay, in Roganidana it will share, in Dravaguna it will share. Kaya Chikitsa part 1, same syllabus. Okay, 30% of Kriya Sharara will be there in Kaya Chikitsa part 1. Okay, 50% of Kriya Sharara will be there in Roganidana part 1. And applicability. So we cannot go without Padartha Vignana in Dravaguna. We cannot go without Kriya in Roganidana. Okay. So it's all in Samvai Karana, inseparable combinations. If we know these subjects, definitely will good in other subjects. Okay. So it's an application. So it's a fundamental principles. So Padartha Vignana is a fundamental book. Fundamental principles are there. So without fundamentals, we cannot go with other things because foundation is important. So you cannot build a 6-storied building without a good foundation. Okay. So building cut prakara foundation is like the Nilata building without pillars, without foundation, building will not stand. So like that only, without a fundamental understanding of Padartha Vignana principles, fundamental Padarthabvignana principles. We cannot learn other subjects of Ayurveda. We cannot apply Dravya Guna in Kaya Chikitsa. We cannot apply uh, Kaya Chikitsa principles in Panchakarma. Okay, that's why we need entire Padartha Vignana, entire Dravya Guna. So in clinical practice. Okay. So Navakarana Dravyas, Atma, Mana, Kala and Dik. Kala and Dik, so it's important. Many areas they are given Dik from east, Gali. So that is wind from the east will have its own characters. Wind from west will have its own characters like that. And Kala everywhere they are Atitadi Vyavahara Yetuhu Kala. So all our Vyavaharas will done with the Kala. It will start with Unmesha and Nimesha. It will go with Ayana, Samvatsara, Rutu. Everything is Kala. Okay. Only these 4 points is there in first Darshana, Shet Padarthas, Navakarana Dravyas. In that Guna is very, very important. When come to the part 2 of Padartha Vignana, so we have Pramanas. This is entirely come to second year BMS. The Pramanas, where the application of Pramanas, what is the utility of Pramanas? Application of Pramanas, what is the application of Pramana? Why Pramanas are important? Pramanas are just the modalities. So to understand the disease, to understand the clinical condition, to apply the medicines over there, to examine the patient, we need Pramanas. Okay. So what is Trivida Pariksha? Pratyaksha, Anumana, Prashna in Trivida Pariksha. So, actually in Charaka Samhita we have four pramanas: Pratyaksha, Anumana, Aptopadesha, and Yukti. Same in Sushruta Samhita we have Pratyaksha, Anumana, Upamana, and Aptopadesha. So, one difference between Sushruta and Charaka is in Charaka told Yukti, in Sushruta they are used Upamana. Okay. So, what is the importance of pramana is to understand Samhita, to understand Vyadi, to understand the treatment principles, we need some pramanas. So modalities, that is pramana. So pratyaksha is chakshu pratyaksha. What you will see is pratyaksha. Okay. So pratyaksha is indriya pratyaksha. So pratyaksha, what we will understand by touching the things, sparsha gnana, by smelling the things, so by seeing the things, by hearing the things, that is pratyaksha. Pratyaksha is indriya pratyaksha. Okay, so it can be perceivable through our gnanendriya and karmendriya. So that is pratyaksha. And also ubeyendriya. Mansinದನೂ ಸುಮಾರು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗತ್ತೆ. So it's also explained in Charaka Samhita. So it's also the modality, understanding of thing. So pratyaksha is indriya pratyaksha. So Anumana is not a doubt here. So one common mistake we will done in first year BMS is Anumana means a doubt. So okay, Anumana is not a doubt here. Anumana is a pramana. So pramana means, so it is a valid truth. Okay, so it's not a simple one, it's a valid truth. I will give you one example regarding Anumana. So it's a very common example, sir. We'll utilize in our daily clinical practices. So usually the patient come with an upper respiratory infection with a common cold, running nose, headache, fever, throat pain, throat irritation, so little irritating cough. So in these conditions, so we will send the throat swab to the lab to understand the infection behavior. So in the lab, we will get a culture report. The bacteria is streptococci. Okay. So then we will select the antibiotic given in the sensitivity areas. Okay, we will select one antibiotic and we will give to the patient. So the patient will get relief within 3 to 5 days. It's good. Same. Second patient will also come with the same symptoms. So throat pain, fever, headache, okay, common cold. So again, we will send a throat swab. We will get the same report. Like that, third patient will come with the same symptoms. Yes, again we did the same. So we'll send the throat swab and we'll get the same report. So same streptococci bacteria. So like that, the 100 patients we are sending to the lab, we are getting the same report. So when 101 patient came to your clinic, whether you will send the patient to the lab and waiting for 2 days till the report will arrive? No. Okay. So we are getting the knowledge by pratyaksha. Okay. So we are getting the knowledge. Then directly we are applying this knowledge with the unknown things. This is anumana, inference. Anumana is not a doubt here. Anumana is an inference. We are come to some conclusions with a valid evidences. See, we have a valid evidence of 100 patients with culture and sensitive reports. That valid evidence we are applying into the 101 patient, that is Anumana Pariksha. Okay, I think the example is conveyed to you. So Anumana is not a doubt, it is an inference. We will come to some conclusion with the valid evidences. That is Anumana Pariksha. Okay, Anumana is not a doubt allavenu medicine kodta illa. So we have our experience of treating the previous patients. With the same experience, we are applying the medicines and medicine principles into the new patients without undergoing a complete, thorough biochemical, medical, laboratory, imaging techniques. So we are directly applying the medicines, that is Anumana Pariksha. So our entire clinical practice, almost 90% of our clinical practice is based on Anumana Pariksha. So 10% will get to know some swelling or wound. It is Pratyaksha. So something happening in the abdomen. So without going for an ultrasonography, even ultrasonography will not give the entire report of abdomen, what happened. So, so even metabolic things will not get it anywhere. So imaging only gives the organomegaly or any other structural growth, other things. Otherwise, nothing significance with this. So most of our clinical practice based on Anumana Pariksha only. Okay. If you are good with Pratyaksha, definitely you are good with Anumana. So Anumana as an inference is we are giving the treatment, we are utilizing the modality based on Pratyaksha Praman. Okay, so based on Pratyaksha, we are applying the principles of medicines by inference that is Anumana Pariksha. Okay, so the most difficult thing to understand in our first year BMS is Anumana Pariksha. What is Anumana? What is Anumiti? Anumiti Karana? So many things we'll get it, and we got lot of confusions in first year BMS with Anumana. Till today, I didn't understand all these modalities of Anumana, but it's a very simple thing I told you. So Anumana is an inference. We are utilizing the principles of Pratyaksha to come to some conclusions with a valid reasons. That is Anumana. Got it? So very simple thing, very simple application. So we can apply in from a clinical practice. Okay. So that is Anumana Pariksha. Okay. So Pratyaksha Anumana. So Aptavachana is Aptopadesha, no doubt, no confusions. So entire our Samhita is an Aptavachana. So, okay. So Aptaha Shishta Vibuddhascha. You know the shloka? Apta shloka? Aptaha Shishta Vibuddhascha. Trikalam Malam Gnanam Avyahatam Sada. ನಾಲ್ಕು ಲೈನ್ ಶ್ಲೋಕ ಇದೆ, ಚರಕ ಸಮೇತದ್ದು. ಮೆಮೊರೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಪ್ತ, ಹೂ ಈಸ್ ಆಪ್ತ, ಸೊ whom we should consider as an apta. Okay. Rajasthamobhyam nirmuktah tapo gnana balena hai. You know the shloka, Rajasthamobhyam nirmuktah tapo gnana balena hai. The apta is the one, he doesn't have rajas and tamas. He has tapobala. He is an apta. Okay. That is aptapadesha. Pratyaksha, anumana, aptapadesha, yukti. So again, it is our understanding, it is our applicability based on the pratyaksha, anumana, and aptapadesha. So that is yukti. Okay. So these four pramanas, and in detail about, we'll discuss in further classes. This about introduction of Padarthabvignana. It's a very, very simple subject for clinical understanding, and it is actually a fundamental clinical subject. It's not a philosophy, or it's not something other subject. You just apply your knowledge in Padarthabvignana. It's very, very easy for AAPGT, no doubt. Okay, simple subject, easy to understand. We'll learn much with Padarthabvignana. Okay. This is about only introduction of Padarthabvignana. Further things I will upload. I think everybody will has notes of Padarthabvignana. So by this introduction, we'll stop here.